All right, how is everyone? Quick video. I wanted to talk about the new world that we're going into and the new energies and all the changes that have been happening in amongst the craziness of 2026. So, where to start? It's such a big thing to explain. People who are quite spiritual, quite awake, will already kind of know about this stuff. So 2026 was a big turning point. We went into the year of the fire horse. It meant momentum, it meant getting things going. There was a lot of planetary stuff, there was a lot of moon stuff. There's a lot of solar flares, which you can describe as light codes coming in, information being downloaded. It's essentially like an upgrade for the human race, and we're going into basically this better way of being. This we I always I'm really struggling to put it into words because it's so big, but I'll try. I always believe that we are here to bring heaven into what can be a place of hell. Like in this realm, hell exists. That's like, no joke. Um, and we as light beings, as star seeds, as souls, we come here with our codes and our light to raise the vibration of this low vibration place. So hopefully that makes sense for that bit. And the time is now for big changes. So for years and years and years, there's been certain beings, some of them not of human origin, that have ran things down here, and some humans who worked for them connected with the demonic realms and worked for them and brought a lot of pain and a lot of suffering, because that's food for them. That's the vibration they're on, and we're not on that vibration. We are from source. We have a soul. We come here with goodness. We come here with innocence, and we're here to make a difference. And it's been like this battle behind the scenes of like good versus bad kind of thing, and it's been playing out into the world stage as well in different ways. And there's so much going on. If you use something that nobody can deny, because it went mainstream, is the things like the Epstein files. Like, they are put there to wake people up, to say this is what's been going on. There's been horrific stuff underground been happening. It's coming to light. You can describe it as there's a big muddy swamp, and we're draining it, and we've got to see what's there, getting all the crap out, and the world's got to look worse before it gets better as well. So anyways, I wanted to talk about the changes that's been coming in and what I've been spotting, and what I've been feeling, and see if it resonates, see if anybody else feels like this. So I've been feeling a few different things like your natural abilities are increasing. So things like psychic abilities, like thinking the same thing as somebody, like even communicating through the mind, being able to predict things, intuition's heightened. So all the spiritual side, all the psychic side, all those gifts have increased. I found manifestation is easier. Like, I really struggled with manifestation in 2025, but 2026 I'm making things happen, like, fast. I've found like people in general have lifted a little bit, and that's not to say there's not struggle, because there's many health issues for people who are suffering at the minute. I bet you nobody watching this can say that they don't know somebody that's going through something health wise. I think, talking of health, I think the whole health system is going to change from the inside, because it's been based on manipulation, it's been based on greed, it's been based on fear. That's how big pharma has been operating. Customers, not cures. And that's never okay. And what I've noticed, like taking my dad to hospital appointments and things, places that I would avoid personally, because I don't want to be in that system. I don't trust them with my health. I think they do more harm than good. I think medications have all these side effects, like, so you're just swapping something for something else. You're shutting up a symptom when you need to address what the root is as well. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. So yeah, I go to the appointments with my dad, and what I've noticed is some changes coming in. The staff are saying things to my dad like, it's your body, it's your choice. Where was this in COVID? I call it COVID because COVID was absolute BS, and it was used and it was created for a whole different agenda. You probably already know about that if you're awake. So yeah, they're saying to my dad, yeah, it's your body, your choice. If you want to try this treatment and it doesn't work, you can, you know, you don't have to do it and stuff. And I'm like, whoa, this is big changes. This is shifts happening. I found a lightness in the staff. I found them quite uplifted as well. Again, where was this in COVID, where you were like treated like an absolute criminal if you didn't want to go near their jab, you know, and what's come out about that, creating lots of health issues for people, you know. And if you're listening to this and you've had it and you know intuitively that it's harmed you or is harming you, that there is ways you can look into detoxing and cleaning up the heavy metals and the things that were put into your body, you know. That again, that's a whole other topic, but think along the roots of, well, everything's found in nature. So pine needle tea is meant to be really, really good for you. Activated charcoal to pull stuff out, you know. Just do your own research on the effects of that. Barbara O'Neill is great if you follow her to find out what you need to do for your body, if that resonates, and if you intuitively think I've done that and I don't think it was good and I think it's harming us. Anyways, what else am I spotting in this new world? I'm feeling the light. I had a download about the sun, and for people to reconnect with the sun, it said people have stopped having conversations with the sun. That's a download I got. So sitting with the sun, sunrise, sunset, kind of zooming your eyes out, if that makes sense, like when you let them glaze over, and it's called sun gazing. Look into that as well. Really, really good for you. And you will receive light codes and information, and you will know that all is well. That's the information I got given about that as well, because there's so much light coming in. What else? I've found people in general a bit more uplifted. I think I might have already mentioned that. The hospital stuff, I'm finding that's changing from the inside, which is fantastic. You know, getting people the right help. Now AI stuff, people can say they think it's bad. I actually think it's a tool that, depending on your intention, is how it's used. So I think AI is there to help us, should we choose to use it, but I don't think we should let it switch our creativity off. I think we should use it in a positive way, but know what is useful and what's not. So I guess it's discernment as well. Don't give your power away, and remember your own creativity, your own gifts. You know, that this is not a consciousness, you know, you are. This is not a soul, you are. So yeah, anyways, what else? Yeah, can't think now off the top of my head. That's what I'm going to cover so far. What if you're watching this and you've noticed the changes and the lift that's happening and the light coming in, what have you noticed? How are you feeling? Has your body been super tired recently? I believe this is all ascension symptoms. This is part of us rising in vibration. It said that we will go from our structure, which is carbon, to a crystalline structure eventually, where even every cell of us is going to change with this, which is fantastic. I'll just finish with that the light over good versus bad, good versus evil, light over dark was already won by the light, obviously. We're working our way up. It's got to play out for the people who are asleep to get drip fed information and let it play out and let it play out until it's enough for them to take on. Because if they uncovered the stuff we've uncovered when they're not ready, it's going to be too much. They're going to reject it, or there's going to be negative responses, as you already see, when it's too much for them and it hits a belief system that's so rigid. It's got to be done slowly, in a certain way, in a certain time frame, but just knowing that it's already been won and that good was always going to win, because nothing in that lower vibration can go forward. You know, the unhealed can't lead the way. It just can't happen. the demonic realms that don't have souls, they can't create. That's why they're parasites. So we're going forward. They either have to leave or be erased, you know. Yeah, I'm toying with, can their vibration be risen? I'm not sure. I don't know. But some change has to happen. So anyways, I'm going to leave that there. Happy Wednesday, peace, love and light. I've gone on to 10 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up because that's long for me and for people's attention spans. So peace, love and light. Take care.